Interesting. Okay. I think you wanted then, I mean, it sounded to me from talking to you earlier that you had an interest in teaching all along.
Mm-hmm.
And can you talk a bit about how you got engaged in academic medicine?
Well, in the early 1960s, Dean John Hamilton at the University of Toronto, it was a 4-hour course, and 4 one-hour lectures in medical ethics that was being given by an older obstetrician gynecologist who was about to retire. And Dean John Hamilton felt that the course had been too much based on the history of medical ethics and not enough on current issues in medical ethics. So he invited me to come down. I don't know why me, but anyway, he phoned me and asked me to come to his office, and I went down and he asked me if I would consider taking on that responsibility. I pointed out to him that it wasn't really the best way to teach medical ethics, I didn't think, in 4 one-hour lectures to a large class of graduating medical students, but anyway, that was all that was available in the curriculum, so I took it on, and I think it took me about 25 hours to do each of those 1-hour lectures, but I really did deal with contemporary issues, and it was a really interesting experience from a teaching and learning point of view, because we had the hour just before lunch, and the students, on the second lecture, I got talking about the doctor-patient relationship, and I sort of uncovered a real problem that they were having, that they were passing by the rooms of people on the wards that were dying or for whom they couldn't find any definitive treatment, people basically in palliative care, I guess, and they didn't know what to do. They didn't know how to talk to them or relate to them, so they were just avoiding them. And I started to deal with the issues of palliative care in this lecture, and the room just exploded. And we were there right through lunch hour and until the 2 p.m. lecture came along and kicked us out. So that sort of dictated the course for the following 2 lectures, and I spent a lot of time talking about that type of thing. That's really what they seem to need.
Great. Fantastic. Were you, I spoke with Wayne Weston, and he went to U of T while you were teaching that ethics course.
Yeah.
So you had an impact because he brought it up. He said, this was the only family physician I met during all my training.
Yeah.
And I think it had an impact for sure on him. So that's great.
Well, it was an interesting experience from my point of view, too.
Great. Good.